Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory is to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakal Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations unto the elect Akim that are pushing throughout the four corners of the earth in all sincerity and truth, with long suffering and with sound doctrine. Salutations unto the sincere women and children that follow in the spirit. Ba'ashem Rakal Kodash. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Shalom. So what I want to get into is we have our new year that's coming up, okay, which is the Passover, okay. So the Passover, as we know, is a solemn assembly of celebrating Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. Okay, that was the time where Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai was sacrificed for the elect. Okay, so of course it's in the month of Abib, which I have on the screen. Now it's first mentioned with the other high holy days in Exodus the 12th chapter. And it goes into depth. Matter of fact, I'll just get it. And then I'll jump into this Deuteronomy, 16th chapter. Okay, this is a very important high holy day unto Israel, unto Yasha'Allah being Israel. Alright, and this is like a reminder. We are to be in the spirit, not only just for the sake of the high holy day, but just period. Because if you're not in the spirit, you see every year what happens is someone gets weeded out, someone gets put out, and that's because they don't have the blood on the doorpost. Okay, they're not fighting for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, they're not taking this thing seriously. And guess what? The scriptures tell us that a man will, even a little that he hath, even that should be taken away from him. So we gotta grind in this thing, man. Because you don't want to be that nigga that got felt. And it's not a trend, that somebody gets kicked out of this thing or somebody bugs out around the time of the Passover. But like I said, this is a very important reminder, because you don't want to be that you don't want to be that guy that bugs out, man. Ultimately, if you end up in that realm of bugging out, the Most High is going to deal with you, So, like I said, once again, our new year was not January 1st with the rest of the world. Okay, that went off this Gregorian calendar. Okay, we go off the scriptures. The scriptures give us the new moons. It gives us the Sabbath. It gives us the holy days, the days to celebrate them. The month to celebrate them, and the fashion to celebrate them. So, without further ado, I'm going to get into this. And Lord willing, this is edifying, So this is the book of Exodus. And I'm just going to start from the top. It says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you." Okay, so as I mentioned, this is our new year. The men that follow the scriptures, the men that follow the calendar of the scriptures. Okay, we don't follow the calendar that this world follows. So it tells us it's the beginning of months. Okay, so it says, "Speak ye unto the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls." And now, while I'm reading this, what comes to mind is this is not a lamb dinner, and this is not, as I mentioned, I believe I mentioned this is a solemn assembly, and the solemn assembly is solemn means serious. Okay, so this is not it's not a lamb dinner. It's not a big Israelite party. This is a serious thing, man. We hold these things as oracles. It's very important to be taken serious, not like how these different sects of Israel are doing, man. They're recording it, they're making concerts. I don't have to say who it is. We know who these people are, man. Okay, and we're speaking directly to you when we say this is not a joke. Okay, it's not a lamb dinner. It's not a time of fun. Because during the time of the Passover, they weren't having fun, man. They were getting the hell out of Egypt. They were making haste. They weren't sitting there, putting barbecue sauce and steak, steak sauce on their lamb. They didn't have time to bake the bread. That's why it's that's why we eat unleavened bread for 7 days. Okay, because our forefathers didn't have time to bake the bread. They didn't have time to let the bread rise. Okay, they were fleeing persecution. So this is a serious thing, man. We are to keep the custom. Okay, so it says, every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up to the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Now, some guys get petty. We obviously can't find a lamb without blemish in this place, man. So we rehearse the righteous acts. We do it according to how we can in this current captivity. Because there's nothing in this place that's pure. Esau, he's messed up the air. He's messed up the animals. He's messed up the food. He's messed up the minds of people. There's nothing pure in this place. It's all pure deep wickedness. So when it says, take to you a lamb without the blemish, certain things we're not able to get to. Okay, we don't have the resources to find a lamb without blemish and to know that it's not blemished in this place, man. So we keep, like I said, we rehearse the righteous acts and keep the customs accordingly. With insincerity, So it says, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses, wherein shall they eat it. Okay, and this world, America, this life that these people live, they're not spiritually putting the blood upon the doorpost, man. When the time of the Passover comes, you're not gonna see Jake celebrating it. You're gonna see the sincere men. You're gonna see, not to toot our own horn, man, but through the Spirit, man, we are the men that the Lord chose, from the apostles all the way down. Those are the men that's going to be striking the blood upon the doorpost. Because the Lord sees the works that we're doing. The Lord sees that we're celebrating His high holy day. Okay, He sees that we're doing it in sincerity. He sees that we take the customs and ordinances serious. Okay, so we're striking the blood upon the post. Jake ain't doing it. Jake is probably going to be at the club, man. Because it comes in on, today is Tuesday. So it comes in on Thursday night. The Passover comes in Thursday night. And we're going to have the bitter herbs, the lamb, the wine for the bloody Hawashai. Okay. And 7 days from that night all the way up for a week, we eat unleavened bread. So, And I'm going to get into that too, so I don't want to jump the gun. So it says, and they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two posts and on the upper door posts of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. So like it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs shall they eat it. So I jumped the gun already. It says, eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the pertinence thereof. So it says, of course, you eat it not raw. Okay, make sure it's cooked all the way through, roasted all the way through. Because Esau, how Esau gets down, man. You heard of steak tartare, you see how Esau eats, man. If you see the movie Legion, and they actually have documentaries on these so-called white people that just eat their meat raw, man. But that goes all the way back to Esau in Genesis the 25th chapter, where he ate of the meat raw. Okay, so it tells us not to eat of it raw. Okay, and ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it in the morning shall ye burn with fire. All right, so if you don't take no to go plates, save it for work the next day. Nope, you throw it out, man. If there's something left of it, throw it out. And that's exactly why it tells us when I read up before that you're gonna get the amount of lamb for every brother's appetite. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a little extra, you know how your eyes get bigger than your stomach, so to speak. You throw that out, man. You're not supposed to save that. Okay. So it says, and thus shall you eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And you shall eat it in haste, for it is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn of the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And so it goes in to that's how the Lord knew. He sent angels through there, man. Okay, the angels reported who had blood upon the post, on the doorpost. So the same thing is going to happen every Passover in this captivity. The Lord says He has angels throughout the earth that they're watching our every move, man. They're watching everything we're doing and reporting it back to the Heavenly Father. And guess what? Those that don't have the blood upon the post, they're marked for death, man. Okay? So I'm going to get back into this Deuteronomy, the 16th chapter, and read a little bit more on this. So it says, verse 1, observe the month of Abib and keep the Passover unto the Lord thy power. For in the month of Abib, the Lord thy power brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. And thou, it says, thou shalt therefore sacrifice the Passover unto the Lord thy power of the flock and the herd in the place which the Lord shall cause to place His name there. And Lord willing, this is the last Passover in this captivity, man. We are praying fervently that this is the last Passover in this captivity, man. Look at this hell. This is hell. It says this is Egypt. This is the house of bondage, which is exactly what we're in, the house of bondage, man. America is a den of thieves. Stole the people and put us in captivity, man. Okay? And so we're praying to the Heavenly Father, turning to the east, and that's why we have these prayers that go along with the Sabbath service prayers that go along with this Passover. Okay? They're very, very important prayers. The Lord's Prayer, the Ten Commandments, the curses, the Shemai, okay, so on and so forth. We have all these prayers because we're trying to get out of here. We're not looking to celebrate the Passover and then next year's Passover, and we celebrate whatever Passover we're able to, but with Lord willing, this is the last one.